Hello my darlings, I hope you're doing very, very well. I hope you are sitting comfortably, you are cozy, and you have your snacks and your beverages at the ready. In today's video, we are doing another ephemeral update very, very quickly. I know, because I haven't not long done a ephemeral video. I think it was like last week or the week before, I'm not sure. But yeah, we're here again, and it's, oh god. They're still doing shady business. Oh my gosh. Before we get started, I just want to do a teeny little bit of housekeeping, okay? I don't know what else to call it. Housekeeping. We'll go with that. Yeah, housekeeping. People keep asking me about my necklaces, so I just thought I'd let you know where they're from. The top one is Regal Rose. The middle one is from a jewelry designer in Ukraine. I actually saw randomly a photo of one of her necklaces that she made on Threads, which is like Instagram's version of Twitter, right? And I was like, oh my god, that's freaking gorgeous. So I left a little comment being like, hey, like, are you doing this again? Because I think it was like a one-off kind of thing. And she's like, oh yeah, just message me and I'll make you one. I was just like, oh my god. Like, I love it so much. It's a bit of me. I love me a Sacred Heart situation. So yeah, I'll leave her Instagram down below. And then the bottom one is from Regal Rose again. I do have a Regal Rose discount code if you want to treat yourself, honey. This bit isn't sponsored or anything. My code is an affiliate. So if you make an order using my discount code, then I just get a teeny percentage of that, if that makes sense. Just full transparency. Another thing I want to talk about is probably, I'm hoping you can see what this emo axolotl has underneath its chin. It does say protect the dolls. This is from a UK based independent business and what have you. The name is Paper and Glass, and 50% of the purchase goes to a trans charity, which is freaking incredible. I do have other trans supportive things going on in the background, but because of the way my camera lens is, you can't actually see it, unfortunately. But I have a picture there that says trans people deserve respect. That's from Sweet Cowboy Blues. And then there's a black sticker there that you definitely can't see, because when I'm editing I'm like, oh damn, you can't see that sticker, but it says defend trans rights. I was given that from a tattoo artist that I've been tattooed by, Danica. So I'll leave relative links to everything that I have mentioned. I don't think anyone else has asked me any other questions for stuff. Oh, and the rose neon sign, which is very me, yes, that's from Take to the Grave. They do incredible tattoo stuff. I bought that myself. Everything that I've mentioned, apart from the 2 Regal Rose necklaces, I've purchased myself. Okay, so getting into today's video, I'm just going to do a very quick recap as to what ephemeral tattoos are, in case there is anyone here that doesn't know. This will be very quick, a very brief rundown. If you want more context and information about ephemeral tattoos, I highly recommend you watch my other videos on ephemeral tattoos. I will leave a link down below to a playlist of the videos that I have made thus far. But quick recap or refresh, Ephemeral Tattoos is a tattoo business that was created by a bunch of tech bros. Essentially, there is nobody behind Ephemeral Tattoos that is within the tattoo world. None of them have been tattoo artists before, worked in tattoo studios or anything like that. It's a bunch of college grads with a lot of money that wanted to infiltrate the tattoo world, because the tattoo world is worth a lot of money, because tattoos have become a lot more popular over the past, say, 10 years or so, right? So Ephemeral basically created this tattoo ink that was meant to fade within 9 to 15 months for those that want to experiment with tattoos or experience getting tattooed but not make the full commitment of having a permanent tattoo. Pretty good idea for a lot of people that didn't want to ever commit to a tattoo for whatever reason. Unfortunately, the Ephemeral Tattoo ink didn't work the way it was meant to for a lot of people. Some people have had great success with their ephemeral tattoos and they have faded within the 9 to 15 month period, but a lot of people have noticed that their ephemeral tattoos haven't faded and they still have them today, 3-4 years on since they first got their ephemeral tattoo. A lot of people are pissed about this because they were promised their tattoo was going to fade, but they are left with a badly faded tattoo or an actual permanent tattoo at this point. Ephemeral had a few tattoo studios to start off with. They opened, I think it was like 6 tattoo studios in total where they offered these ephemeral tattoos, but they closed them down as soon as people started having problems with their ephemeral tattoos. Ephemeral now sell their tattoo ink to absolutely anybody that wants to buy it, whether you're a tattoo artist or not. To start off with, they did used to vet the tattoo artists that bought them. I think you had to kind of prove that you're a tattoo artist to buy, but now on their website, anybody can buy this tattoo ink, and it's not cheap either. The only thing that Ephemeral have really done to help people that have had issues with their ephemeral tattoos is they are now offering a refund for the price of the ephemeral tattoo. So if your tattoo has lasted 3 years, you email Ephemeral ask for a refund, send them pictures of your ephemeral tattoo to prove that your ephemeral tattoo hasn't faded, and then you should get a refund. But many people are having a lot of issues with getting their refund. Some people have been saying that ephemeral just don't respond, or getting the refund takes forever, or people have to like jump through hoops to get this refund. And yeah, there is so much more to ephemeral. Again, I highly recommend watching my other videos for more context, but I don't want to go into too much detail in case you are aware of what is going on here, right? So in my last video about ephemeral tattoos, I took a look at the ephemeral tattoos subreddit. Now this is where a lot of people vent their frustrations with their ephemeral tattoos. They will post, you know, pictures of how their tattoos haven't been fading and the bad experiences that they have had with ephemeral tattoos. And in my last video, I read a post from one of the people behind ephemeral being like, hey, so on this subreddit, you may start to see an increase of people leaving their experiences on ephemeral, and it may be different to the ones you've already seen. And there was a couple of comments being like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like, why? And I had a theory that ephemeral had sent out an email to those that have had an ephemeral tattoo to be like, hey, so if you've had a good experience with ephemeral, could you like leave your reviews and thoughts and opinions on the subreddit? Well, that theory was correct, but it is way worse than I thought it was. The thing is, I'm not shocked, but I kind of am at the same time. Like, ephemeral have been doing shady shit since the beginning, but this is shady. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna look into it. So this post on the ephemeral subreddit says, paying for reviews. I know a lot of us have noticed the sub being overrun with spammy botty posts that seem to show all these people so happy about their ugly tattoos. Someone shared the request for a review they received from ephemeral and posted it in one of the comment threads, sharing it here so more people see it. I don't know for sure, but aren't consumers meant to reveal if they received payment for a review? Which is correct. Well, in the UK anyway, if you are paid to review something or paid to talk about it, you have to be open and transparent about it. You know, if I do a sponsored video, I have to say this video is sponsored by, so you all know I've been paid to say this. And I imagine it's the exact same in America. You have to be open and transparent and to be like, hey, like I've been paid for this review. Or there needs to be something that says, hey, I've been paid, right? So here is a screenshot of a copy and paste of the email that has been sent out. It says, we need your help providing a more complete picture of ephemeral tattoo. As someone who got an ephemeral in 2023 or later, you've experienced our latest ink formulation with improved fade predictability and application quality. So that is a thing that I forgot to mention as well. They did do a reformulation of the tattoo ink in 2023 because obviously with the first batch that they were giving people or putting into people's skin, it wasn't working the way it should. So now they're just like, hey, like we need you all to show that ephemeral has improved and give us a better name. But online, especially on Reddit, conversations about our tattoos are dominated by experiences with our earliest versions. To be clear, we own those earlier issues. But you don't because you're trying to drown them out. We're not perfect and our first products had problems, which they shouldn't have. Because they shouldn't have. You shouldn't have been promising that this stuff would fade and putting out all of these fancy graphics if you weren't 100% sure. Like, you're dealing with scarring people for life here. Like, it's insane. But they don't represent what we offer today. That's why we're asking you to share your real experience on this subreddit. And then that obviously would be like a link to the subreddit. Good, bad, or mixed, we want your honest take, including photos of your tattoo, which I admire them for that. That they're like, even if it's a bad thing, even if you've had a bad experience, then go ahead. Because this takes your time and effort, we'll pay you $100 when you share a screenshot of your posted review on the above subreddit by Wednesday, the 16th of April. Reply to this email to share the screenshot. Thanks for considering this. Your authentic perspective helps create a more accurate picture of what ephemeral actually is today. $100 just to write a little something on Reddit. I mean, I wouldn't blame anyone for doing this, all right? Like, I'm very much for people being authentic and what have you, you know, but if you're just an everyday person that just makes a throwaway Reddit account and, you know, posts pictures of the ephemeral tattoo when it's brand new and what it looks like today, say 2 years later or what have you, oh yeah, get that $100, like... I wouldn't blame anyone for doing it, honestly. But it's the fact that ephemeral are trying to give people an incentive to do so It's so shady. The comments on this post are quite funny. This one said, laughing my ass off. My tattoo from May 2021 is still very much there. Where's my $100? And of course, this person probably would not have got an email because they got their ephemeral tattoo in 2021. They're only after reviews from 2023 where they're probably expecting the reviews to be a little bit better because they reformulated. Another comment says, yep, I reported them to the FTC. Please everyone do this. So I wasn't too sure about what the FTC is, so I did a quick Google. It says the Federal Trade Commission is an independent agency of the United States government whose principal mission is the enforcement of civil antitrust law and the promotion of consumer protection. The FTC shares jurisdiction over federal civil antitrust law enforcement with the Department of Justice Antitrust Division. The FTC enforces federal consumer protection laws that prevent fraud, deception, and unfair business practices. And with ephemeral being like, hey, we'll give you $100 if you post on this Reddit. But they didn't even mention that you have to say, you need to, you know, say that this review has been paid. It's breaking some laws here. Okay, it's not good. Another comment on this Reddit thread said, interesting, because I still haven't received my refund yet, since my tattoo hasn't faded completely after 3 years. They haven't been responding to my emails or comments on socials. It's absolutely insane that they are not looking after their existing customers from many years ago that they have screwed over. They're more concerned about their reputation and how the business looks and, you know, essentially looking after the customers that have probably had a better experience, which is just so backwards in my opinion. There was then another post on the subreddit that says, reporting to the FTC. Saw someone say they reported ephemeral to the FTC. Everyone should do this, which I highly agree with. Like I've mentioned in a few of my ephemeral tattoo videos, there have been people trying to start up a lawsuit against them, but the consent form that you sign before you get an ephemeral tattoo is pretty, you know, ironclad. So I don't know if a lawsuit would ever happen against ephemeral. Like I wish it would so they stop, but I don't know if that would ever take ephemeral down. But maybe this whole shady business with the offering $100 for a review on Reddit may get them in trouble. At the minute they've been pretty untouchable. This may be their downfall. Hopefully, because they have screwed just too many people over. Like, I don't even have an ephemeral tattoo. I have no experience with this whatsoever, but I am so invested in this and I'm rooting for the people that have been screwed over so freaking much. Like, they need their justice. There is then this post on the ephemeral tattoos subreddit. It says that leave comments on their social posts. Ephemeral will not hold themselves accountable until they are forced to. I have not gotten my refund because this company decided to use its money to flood this page with reviews instead of making good on its promises to compensate consumers who were lied to and permanently disfigured by their ink. So I'm making it my mission to contact tattoo artists working with Ephemeral to let them know the kind of company they're doing business with, and I would encourage others to do the same. They won't listen to us until we make them listen, which is a pretty good idea. Obviously, I don't encourage everyone like hounding tattoo artists and bothering them or what have you, but there is a chance that some tattoo artists that have bought the Ephemeral tattoo ink aren't aware of the problems with Ephemeral. I'd like to hope that tattoo artists are out here doing research on what they're buying and, you know, putting into their client's skin. Like, that would make a good tattoo artist, in my opinion. Those that aren't, you know, super on the ball of what is going on in the tattoo world does give me a bit of a red flag. But of course, tattoo artists have a lot of things on their plate as it is, so we can't be too mad, you know. Most of the free time that tattoo artists get, they are drawing stuff, so they don't have time to be searching through Reddit and looking at YouTube videos and what have you. So yeah, this person just said, hey there, I just saw your comment on my Instagram, so I wanted to reach out and ask your opinion on this company. I would love to know more before I get into partnering with the company anymore. And then the person said, hi, please take a look at the Ephemeral Reddit page. I'm one of quite a few people who got an ephemeral tattoo that never faded. The company initially claimed they would refund anyone whose tattoos lasted more than 3 years, but has stopped responding to anyone looking for refunds and is paying people to leave reviews on Reddit because of all the negative reviews there. There is currently a class action lawsuit being organised. It's my understanding that the new formula does actually fade better, which is great, but in my opinion, it's too little too late for so many people, and I would not trust this company. This message is very helpful, gets to the point, and it's not like bullying this tattoo artist to be like, oh my god, how do you not know, kind of thing. Like, this is very respectful, love it. So at the time of filming, that post is the newest post on the Ephemeral Tattoo Reddit subreddit page. Okay, there is one new post on the Ephemeral Tattoo subreddit since I filmed this video that is quite interesting. It says, a bit of insider info from an artist. Hey y'all, if anyone in this sub is still considering getting a tattoo from Ephemeral, here are a few things I know about their practices. Firstly, I've been tattooing about 15 years, so I would never ever be attached and never have been attached to the scam. But new artists would. A friend of mine who honestly is not a good tattooer and at the time was only about 3 years in, was emailed by Ephemeral to work with them. It was just some dude who bought a franchise with them in Atlanta and was trying to recruit artists. So just a rich guy, not an artist, not a collector, someone with zero knowledge about tattoos. The offer was a $55,000 salary, so you don't get paid per tattoo, you are an employee to a corporation. She laughed at him and he was so confused. In a major city, even bad artists at the time were able to make much more than that. Basically, this company was preying on inexperienced new artists, not allowing them a cut of the money they made with a product that wasn't verified. It's been bothering me for a while since she told me about them emailing her, and I'm glad there's a place to finally yell about it. I'm sorry that y'all are dealing with this predatory company. I hate that these corporate interests jump on art with zero concern for the people it's affecting. So that definitely does give a lot more context as to how Ephemeral was running their business earlier on. I think I may have mentioned this in my very first video about Ephemeral. I don't know, it was such a long time ago, but I know that the tattoo artists that were working there were salary employees. They weren't like self-employed, which is the way most tattoo artists work. So I'm now going to do a screen recording of the Ephemeral Tattoo subreddit. But yeah, here we have the post that I just read, and then the reporting to the FTC, the paying for reviews, and here we go. This is, I guess, where we're going to see more posts, and it's kind of hard to figure out, like, is this one been paid or not? This is a 2-year update, so yes, I'm going to say it would be, because 2 years ago would have been 2023. So this person had, what did they have? Oh, they had a script tattoo here. And oh, I mean, it has faded a little bit, but I mean, these bits, the darker bits here, if they're going to fade, miracle. I fully believe the tattoo artist probably went too deep in this section right here, just because of how dark and saturated it still is. It's probably gone far too deep for the ink to fade, right? So yikes. But I hope this person got their $100. It says faded pretty quickly. Granted, it got infected during the healing week, and some of the scar tissue almost ate away on some of the ink, but overall fading pretty normal as intended. But this is still 2 years, and on their website at the minute it says their fade time is 2 years, but then on some of their social media posts it says 3 years. So like, which is it? Nobody knows. They say they have improved their formula and it should be faded by 2 years according to their website. No. No, it's still there. Like, oh, this is such a disaster. I'm gonna read the comments real quick. Wow, looks so good, and it's fading so evenly, not patchy or like a child scribbled on you with permanent marker at all. Sarcasm is so great. The astroturfing here has been awful lately. Mods, if we were to flag these posts, what would be the appropriate label? Sincerely, someone who's ephemeral, is now 2.5 years old and hideous, yet still fully legible. Hey, we're getting some bad press of Reddit. We're going to need you all to post. Try not to make it obvious though. Ephemeral management to their employees. Oh, these posts and this entire effort from their team is so crazy, especially having people whose tattoos faded horribly and in a way more time than advertised at the time they got them, like this one. Also, empty account only active in ephemeral tattoos, 1 post, 0 comments. Oh god, I mean, it's not even subtle, is it? Oh, someone got their refund. That's good. $236. Damn. You're still disfigured. It's hardly a victory. I mean, that is true, to be honest with you. Like, you still have the terribly faded tattoo, but then at least you haven't essentially wasted your money you know, but most people will probably put that money towards either a cover up or trying to get rid of the tattoo. So again, you're still kind of wasting the money, aren't you? So how long did this take? I've been emailing them for almost 2 months and I still haven't got my refund. And they're out here just trying to dish out $100 for good reviews. Okay, so here's another one. Fade progress failure. Since the bots are being so positive, what a joke. Just posting another update of my tattoo not going away. It was supposed to be gone after 9 months. Over 3 years, 38 months later, and it looks awful. Oh gosh, so it's like a rose. Ooh, that's it at 16 months. And that is a month over the maximum fade time that they were promising, which was 15 months. Okay. I mean, you can still see it. It's noticeable, but it's not like super noticeable. So it is fading, but there is, yeah. I mean, if it's one of those things that you probably wouldn't notice from far away, but close up, you'd be like, what is that? Is that a tattoo or a drawing with pen and you haven't washed it off kind of thing? Like it's fading off. Fade progress, 2 years. I got my ephemeral tattoo at the studio they had in DC back in March of 2023. This is 110% a paid for review. Okay, this person is trying to get their $100. And again, I can't be mad at it because it's $100, but the fact that they don't disclose that this is paid is yikes, right? That experience was great. Bummed it's now closed. Oh god. Very happy with the fade in progress and expect it to continue, but I love my tattoo so much I'm having it made permanent tomorrow. I recommend ephemeral to everyone, especially if you're not 100% on getting a specific tattoo. How can you be happy with this fade as well? Like, it literally looks the same as it did in 2024. Like... And the thing is, getting this tattooed over, oh god, just good luck, honestly. There's no upvotes, but there is a comments. This is going to be hilarious. I just know it. Okay, these posts, bot spam accounts, we've seen an influx of positive reviews and it's weird as hell, right? It's a bot account 100%. This is the only post and the account has been inactive for a year before making this post. Account only has one recent comment, which is also on this post. This is absolutely a fake post from a bot account to combat the bad posts. This has obviously been written before people are aware of the fact that Ephemeral are offering money for these reviews. So you get a tattoo that looks okay for a couple of months and then looks like shit for years as it slowly fades. Why? Just looked into all these positive posts. The users haven't made any posts in years and now they're all randomly posting about Ephemeral, screaming bots so lame. Again, this person is unaware of the paid incentive. Glad you like it, but for the record, Ephemeral is a scam with many people's tattoos never fading. Doesn't sound like you're one of those people, so a bit odd to comment on my post. I mean, I have an Ephemeral tattoo that's been on my arm for going on 4 years, so ooh. Okay, and then we have this one. Oh, this this says, I am not getting paid for this post and no one has contacted me. Really? Like, how can you trust? It might be the case, but can you trust it? I don't know. I wanted to share my fading journey because when I was researching Ephemeral ink, I couldn't find much. I'll try to post every 3 months. I'm very happy so far. So, oh, this is a new one. So yeah, they probably didn't get an email. So they got it in February of 2025, which was only like, how many months ago was that? We're in May now. 3 months ago. They got a bunch of random dots. They kind of look like freckles. Fair. I'm not going to judge it. Oh, it keeps on going. These are cute though. These are pretty cute. Oh, it's actually, it has actually faded quite a bit. But the thing is, when a tattoo is new, it always looks a lot darker and more saturated than, you know, when it's healed, it starts to lose a little bit of pigment here and there. It's normal, it's natural. Yeah, it kind of does just look like an average healed tattoo. Maybe a little bit softer. Oh my God. Okay, so this has faded a lot quicker. This person is having some great success with this. Again, this is the reformulation. Some people have had good success with it, like I've said. Some people have not. That looks like solid progress, but I still will never understand why anyone would want to look like they drew on their skin with a ballpoint pen and can't wash it off for several months. This, maybe I'm missing something, but having a nice tattoo for a month or two and then having a faded mess for a year or two doesn't seem like something to be happy about, even if it does end up fading completely, and that's already a big if. What's with the dots? It looks like star constellation Orion. You are correct, it's Orion. Oh, okay, that That's fair. Okay, so we have another 2023 review. April 2023, May 2025, fading away. I got mine in order of my Shih Tzu, Abby. The first photo was taken a week after the procedure. 2 years later, it has faded significantly. It should be noted that I am physically active, marathoner, and hot yoga. I am considering getting one in honor of Abby's sister, Roxy, who recently passes a few months ago. Thanks. I think this might be a paid review. So yeah, we have the tattoo right there, which is freaking adorable. Oh, okay. It has, oh, wasn't expecting the puppy. Oh, hi, baby. You are so cute. But yeah, this has faded pretty well. Again, it's the 2-year mark and it's still there. And their website is saying that it would fade within 2 years. So, it's not fading, you know, in the time frame they're given. I definitely think they need to update their website back to 3 years. Because it used to be 3 years. Now it's 2. Make your mind up. Okay, so we have almost 2 years of fading. Honestly, don't regret it, but I thought it would go away faster. May get it permanently done over. Again, it's the 2 years. It's still very, like, you can still tell what that is. Yes, it's faded. Yes, it's patchy. But you can still tell what it was. So there's that. And I think this one was actually in my ephemeral video. But I don't know if I actually looked at this post in that video. I'm pretty sure I just scanned past it. Again, this is another 2-year review, so this is probably paid. I am so happy I got this tattoo. I loved it, but I also learned I wanted something different with my next and permanent tattoo. It took longer to fade than expected, but I didn't mind. Here are a few pics of the timeline progression. So February 8th, 2023, this is when it's new. And then the second picture, oh, okay. June 2024, again, that has faded pretty well within a year. And then April, oh wow, that really did fade. So again, this person had a good experience. And then there's this one that says 2 years later, almost gone. Someone but how much were you paid to post this? And yeah, here's the post from someone that works for Ephemeral that was kind of like, hey, you may see people coming here and, you know, leaving more reviews. What they didn't say in this post is that they were offering $100. I'm so glad someone leaked that information, honestly. And then the rest of this, I'm pretty sure I featured in my previous video. Yeah. And these, again, probably would have been paid reviews. Oh, look, this person deleted it. Their account has been deleted. Did they get the $100? So I'm not sure what compelled me, but something compelled me to take another look at this post before I render this video, just to look at the comments, because when I first covered this video in my previous ephemeral video, there wasn't too many comments on this post, but I noticed that the number of the comments had gone up. So I was like, hang on a sec, let me just take a look at the comments and see if people are like raging, understandably, of course. So here is a newer comment that says, for what it's worth, he did ask customers to provide feedback, and we did. He also promised we'd be compensated for doing so, as long as the feedback was legitimate. Big surprise, no one was compensated, or at least I wasn't. I've reached out multiple times and it's been radio silence since that first plea for help. I won't take down my review because it's still accurate, but I have zero trust in this company's ability to honour their word. And then someone replied, yeah, but why should only customers who have the good formula be offered money for their honest feedback? I think that's actually illegal. Of course, you're never going to see a dime anyway, so this of course isn't shocking by any means that no one has been paid this $100, because, well, Ephemeral isn't even paying out for the refunds that they have promised people that have had bad experiences with their Ephemeral tattooing. Of course, there's a chance they're actually not paying out now because they've realized what they've done is, you know, illegal. So if there is evidence of them paying out money, it's probably going to be worse for them. But obviously there is still emails and evidence of their intentions to pay money for these reviews. Either way, it's all a bit of a big yikes on Ephemeral's part once more. There is another newer comment on this post that's kind of heartbreaking. Such a scam, you've corrupted a place where people have come to find information about a faulty product you sold us. I am disfigured. I have used this community as a place to try to get more information about people's fade experiences since your company has been entirely unhelpful. I've had solace in knowing I'm part of a broader community, and now you've taken that away and covered it with these spammy posts. Shame on you. I know to some people this comment may seem a little bit extreme, but I can fully understand that having a safe space overrun by people being like, oh, I've had a great experience, when you yourself haven't had a great experience, and a lot of other people you know haven't had a great experience because of previous posts. And the majority of the ephemeral tattoo subreddit was filled with people being like, yo, like, my ephemeral tattoo isn't fading, I've been left with scarring. Yeah, I could see how that would suck. I think it would personally make me feel like I'm not valid, or what I have to say is valid. And I know it's kind of common knowledge that anytime you do get a tattoo, you are signing yourself up for whatever risk, whether that's infection or scarring, but it doesn't mean that you can't be annoyed at the fact that whatever has happened to you has happened. Your feelings are valid, especially when you have been lied to by a millionaire tech bro company. So many people were promised that their tattoos were going to fade and they would be left with no markings, and that just hasn't been the case. So yeah, don't waste your energy being like, wow, these ephemeral tattoo clients are being a bit extreme. I think we should just put all our time and energy into the people that have been lying and profiting off of, you know, scarring people for life when the people weren't expecting that to happen. So yeah, that is the latest ephemeral update. They have been shady once more, and quickly. It was pretty quick that I'm back here doing an update. Are we shocked? No, we're not. So I'm very interested to see where this goes and what happens next with ephemeral. There's only so much shadiness one business can get away with before there's like a big, you know, explosion or what have you. Maybe the FTC will be the cherry on the cake and things will start to unravel for ephemeral. I'd love to know what other shady stuff they've done that hasn't been exposed by people. Could you imagine, like, ugh. Anyway, my darlings, that is pretty much it for today's video. I just want to say thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little while. I appreciate you all so much, and until my next video, bye.